Okay, let's talk about where all of this is going. I've given you the 4 rules: wide balls, through balls, leverage, and recovery and positioning. Yes, you're going to use this to get better at tennis. You're going to use it to understand the game better. You're going to use it to try to play better. But the main purpose of this is so that you can break down your own film and get a consistent lens to watch your own playthrough, so that every time you watch yourself and you break yourself down, it's telling you the same story, it's telling you the whole story, and it's giving you a good idea of what it is that you need to work on, because what you do in matches is just a reflection of what you do when you're training. So, let's watch this point. So the first thing I want to point out is leverage is constant. So we talked about leverage. What's always important during a point is how much leverage each player has. How much leverage you have, how much leverage they have. That says a lot about the way the point is going to unfold. So when you're playing a point, or when you're watching yourself play or watching someone else play, always pay attention to what leverage the 2 players have. The next thing is the ball in the center of the court, or is it in the wide area of the court? You're just constantly asking yourself that during the rally. When it's in the wide area of the court, you know that space needs to either be protected or defended, and you're paying attention to how well your opponent is attacking or defending that space, or how well you're attacking or defending that space. Always alerted to whether the ball is wide or in the court, and the way that changes all the angles in the rally. The next thing is through balls. You're just paying attention to how is my through ball affecting him, how is his or her through ball affecting me. And that's a huge thing in the points and in matches, how much the through ball affects the 2 players. So it's something that you're always going to be paying attention to, and always kind of have an idea of how you want to use your through ball and how you want to defend their through balls when you're playing. And as you're playing, it's just a combination of this. How much leverage do the 2 players have? How are the through balls and the wide balls affecting the rally? That's super important. And then as that's going on, the other thing you're paying attention to is how much recovery opens everything up. So how much leverage do the 2 players have? Is the ball wide, or is it in the middle of the court? How are the through balls affecting the rally? And then while you're looking at all of these things, you're paying attention to if people are recovering in a place that opens everything up. Like this is an example where recovery is just going to open everything up and change the rally. And so that's it. You're basically paying attention to these things. And here's the end of this point. You see that the recovery creates space and basically ends the rally. So keep this in mind. This is where this is the way that you're going to use the rules, and you're going to start watching tennis like this. It's a really easy to do, right? All you have to do is pick one of those 4 things, and just start paying attention to that the entire rally. Once you start to do that enough, once you start watching one of these things enough, you'll just start noticing it without thinking about it. And then you start watching another thing. Once you watch that thing, that will start to kind of sink into your head, and then you watch the third thing. Eventually, all 4 of them, you'll be able to just watch the point and tell what's going on. And then once you get to that point, not only will you be able to watch yourself on film and be able to see the whole picture, but when you're playing the match, you'll be able to see it, the whole picture as well. And the way you'll start to see and play tennis will be totally different.